Hello and welcome along to another edition of Track Talk for an 8-race Friday card here at the Singapore Turf Club. And I'm joined by a couple of gentlemen who will certainly be trying to find us a few winners along the way, both Dan Cobby and Graham Harvey. And gents, well, race 6 is certainly the standout, and we see the return of Elite Invincible, the Group 1 Stewards Cup winner, Graham.
Yeah, 8 out of the 14 have previously raced in group company. This is a really quality race with Distinctive Darcy running on the turf for a long time. And also we've got Elite Invincible back as well. It's going to be a great race.
And Dan, I mean, he certainly won't have it all his own way. There's a couple of nice horses against him. Tesoro Pravado, McGregor, a recent winner. And interesting to see Volkstock and Barrel as well in action.
I certainly think he's a bit of a big improver. Volkstock and Barrel, of course, a 3-time Group 1 winner back in New Zealand and in Australia as well. Of course, a Rosehill Guineas winner. Look, we know he may potentially be past his best, but look, his recent racing was certainly encouraging. I think he'll improve here second up.
Yeah, certainly a very nice horse indeed is Volkstock and Barrel. Well, plenty to look forward to on the show. And we've also got the next instalment of This Kranji Life. And earlier on this week, on a rather damp and dreary Tuesday morning, I popped round to Shane Birchiger's barn to catch up with not Shane, not one of his horses, but his B trainer, Scott Bailey. Welcome along to another edition of This Kranji Life, and in this episode we've come along to catch up with a certain bee trainer. Scott Bailey has very kindly taken the time to talk to us, and Scott, here we are. It's a bit of a drizzly and a miserable morning, but it certainly doesn't dampen your spirits. You've always got a smile on your face, and the working morning just coming to an end.
Yeah, it's been a pretty wet sort of morning, but that's the joys of living in the tropics. But yeah, long morning, but happy to nearly finish.
Absolutely, and you're a South Australian boy. Obviously, there was a racing career. Take us back a little bit, obviously, to when you started.
Yep. So I started working with horses when I was about 14 years old, and no family history in racing, just fell into it. And I started off with the Kennewell family, who been very good friends of mine, and they got me started. I was a jockey and apprentice, and I rode for about 7 years all up, just close to 100 winners, I think it was. And just opportunities went a bit scarce, so I moved into the training side.
And obviously, you say there was 100-odd winners and stuff. I mean, you must have enjoyed the race riding. I mean, you're still, I mean, you were telling me, I think recently, you're probably not an ounce over 53 still.
No, I walk around about 54, 55 most days. A lot of the heavyweight jockeys are a little bit jealous of me. But no, very naturally lightly framed, and yeah, nothing ever goes on me anymore.
Indeed, and just tell us about the move then to Singapore. Obviously, you're now based with Shane Birchiger, but you didn't start with him initially.
No, actually, I came over for a local trainer, Stephen Lamb. I was very lucky to get up here to start with, and you know, things just didn't work out there, and very lucky to step in with Shane at the right time, and we've had a lot of success together.
Yeah, indeed, and I think what we'll do, we'll fast forward the whole thing, and we'll come up to the present time. And I mean, at the moment, you're having a great. I know you've only just been dethroned from the top of the Premiership, courtesy of Lee Friedman last weekend, but still things are going great and on course for your best ever season. Yeah,
we're having a very good year. The horses are all in a happy place, and they're in their right grades to be winning. A couple of really handy ones amongst the team, and you know, to go against someone like Lee Friedman, he's a good trainer to be in battle with. You don't train 100 Group 1 winners if you don't know what you're doing.
Absolutely, and I mean, you say obviously they're all in a good place, that they're nicely handicapped. And I think that's evident all across the board, because you've gone from anything, say, Kranji D's non-premiers up to group races this year, the likes of Aramco winning, and also Predator holding his own in some of the really good races. So it's seemingly the whole team are in a really good vein.
They are, and even horses like BB, who's he's been a very productive horse from a 2-year-old, and he's actually stepped up as a 3-year-old and you know, showing form still. So yeah, it's good to get them through their grades and get them up to bigger races.
Certainly is, and obviously one horse that is going through his grades is this horse that we're joined by, and he certainly does like the attention as well. His name is Bold Thruster, and obviously many would have seen him doing great things recently. Tell us a bit more about him, Scott. How did he come to find his way in the stable?
So the Tivic stable sent a few horses to us, and we're very fortunate to have him in the camp. He's one of the nicest sprinters in a long time I've seen. He's just, every time he steps out race day now, he's improving. It's still his first preparation, so he's going to have a break soon, and he's going to come back bigger and stronger from that.
Indeed, and I mean, if he does come back bigger and stronger than what he's been already, it's going to be a real joy to behold. I mean, he's very, it almost seems very effortless with him, because he'll almost go to the front or take a handy spot, but then he burns them off so easily.
Yeah, he's doing everything right. He's a real professional. He gets to the front. He's actually He's a better horse if he's just left rolling, you know, like he's a happy horse, not fighting him. And Byron, who's been riding him, he just says he just gives him such a nice feel when he's just coasting along on his own and finishes it off at the end, which is what every horse you want him to do.
Absolutely, and I think we're due to see him again sometime soon as well.
Yeah, he'll race next weekend on Garden City Trophy Day. We won't run in the group race, but there's another race on the day for him, and pretty sure after that he'll be looking to have a break.
Yeah, most definitely, and obviously him aside, there are some very, very talented horses in the stable. I think just across the way from us was Predator. Just a quick line on some of the stable stars. Obviously Predator, the Gold Cup would look like the race for him. Yeah,
obviously he's on that path, and he's probably a better handicap horse and weight for age, and you know when he runs his good races he has a light weight, so he's going to aim towards that. Ramco will be in the Garden City, BB go for the Garden City, and we're also getting Faultless first up. Hasn't raced for close to 12 months, so it'll be great that he's an old favourite of mine to have him back at the races.
Certainly are plenty of old favourites in this stable. We've just had a quick chat with Flak Jacket as well. He seems in good form. What about Old Blue Swede? He's one that many have taken a shine to.
Yeah, he's getting a bit old now. He's nearly ready to collect the pension, but he still runs his good races here and there, and I think he finds them group races just a bit tough now. But he still thinks he's 3 years old.
Towards the end of the year, obviously we're getting to the end of the campaign now. What would be the main objective? I imagine a Gold Cup's probably one, but is there anything out there that sort of stands out at the moment that you'd like to achieve?
The thing with Shane, he just likes to win races for owners. Obviously, we're yet to get the Group 1 yet. That's the main aim. That's what everyone strives for. But win, lose or draw premiership, that's a big feat if you can do it. But he's just happy to have horses winning, and as long as they're winning, he's happy and I'm happy.
Absolutely. Well, Scott, listen, we thank you for your time, and obviously great to meet Bold Thruster as well. And well, he's a charming horse, and hopefully he'll continue to do good things.
No worries, mate. Thank you.
Well, there you go. Scott Bailey then here on this Kranji Life. I think you'll certainly agree. The horse is looking in good form. Scott's in good form always, and long may the success continue for Shane Birchiger in 2018. Yeah, well, great to go and catch up with Scott Bailey, certainly a very popular figure here at the Singapore Turf Club. A quick update on that as well. Bold Thruster won his trial on Thursday morning prior to recording this show. Very impressively indeed, and well, somehow, Graham, you snuck into the end of that as well.
Yeah, I had my dream there of pretending to be the owner of Bold Thruster, and then I thought about how much it would cost in training, and I thought, okay, just give the horse back.
Give him back. He was never in your keeping. Some nice horses though in that stable down. Obviously, some of those names, and there's even more besides. So yeah, they look to be having a really good year still.
Yeah, they certainly are having a good year. Of course, contending for the premiership and certainly with a handy string of horses at the moment, and it was great to see, speak of Scott talking about the Kennywell family, who of course have Vedora going forward this weekend in the Everest. Look, it's connections galore here at the Singapore Turf Club, and they're certainly having a good run of things at the moment.
They certainly are, and hopefully long may it continue, and they'll get that elusive Group 1 sometime very soon. Let's take a look at the book, shall we, from last week and see which horses we've managed to find for you. These are the ones that we think you should be following. I'm going with Smart Racer here in this Kranji Stakes D. Now, Mohammed Yusuf doesn't call upon Michael Rodd all that often. In fact, he probably can't secure his services all that often, but this horse ran well. He paid $15 the place here, and keep an eye on him, a mile plus.
Yeah, I've gone with AU Thigh here on pace. Got a bit tired late here on the long course, but I certainly think the step up and trip helped AU Thigh, and I certainly think a win is around the corner.
And this one was easy. Stormtrooper was 10th into the home straight, and just watch how he flies. I'm still trying to work out how he lost this race. Yeah, 1 metre off the line, he was the winner. Basically, he's a winner with that penalty. Just look at his speed at the end. He was absolutely flying. Just got not too far to win there by Stormtrooper. Next time up, he's going to go really, really close.
Yeah, there's a big run there from Stormtrooper indeed. Let's have a look at the premierships now and see who is on top. We've got a new leader of the Trainers' Premiership, Lee Freeman, 49. So the one away from the half century this year. Shane Birchiger, the 48. Michael Clements, 47. So there isn't a great deal separating the top three. Mark Walker got to 40 recently, and Dan Marr, 37. Jockeys Vlad Jurek, 58 for Vlad, along with Michael Rodd, but Vlad would have more seconds. Olivier Plesset, 52, having slid a double home last weekend. Naresh Jaglal, 41, a little way off them. And Glenn Boss there, 38. And Troy C, 24, has a buffer of 4 winners to CC Wong, who recently got to his 100th Singaporean winner. No Sonari, 14, Arziwari, 11, and Simon Cock with 11 winners as well. Well, let's take a look at the details, shall we, for this Friday night. 8 races coming up. We've got 5 races on the short course D, the remainder on the poly track, and we start at 6:20, as is the norm here on a Friday evening in Singapore. So 8 races for us to delve into, and we're going to preview the first of them now coming up very shortly. Let's take a look at the race card for race number 1 on the programme. They never make things easy to start, and this is a Class 5 over the 1,000 metres. Old mate Buzzer up at the top, down in grey. Daniel Moore will take the ride. He's back in action. Good to have Dan back. She's the One, Food in Fourth Warrior, Bring Me Joy, Thundercat, Golden Spot, Million Round, Azahar drawn the inside gate there with a 55. Cassis Oolong's been in good form. Olivia Passay takes over there. Gangnam Classic for MM Third House. Cool Cat didn't get much luck last week. TH Co will be on board there. And second wave is stablemate Harry Casson, 50.5 kilos, drawn gate 8. A spread of 30 to 43, the ratings here in the opener. And we're going to start by taking a look at Old Mate Buzzer, who's got his blinkers coming off this time around, and he's into a Class 5 for the first time. What do we think of him?
Has a chance. Daniel Moore, of course, he's back. He's come from an inside draw of 3, enters Class 5, I think, for the first time. He's going to be on pace. He likes to lead or be there at the home turn. It's just whether Daniel can just nurse him over this Class 5 1,000 metres. Yeah,
he's always looked like a horse that cuts out very quickly. Maybe in Class 5 it'd be a different story. Here's Fourth Warrior Dan and some track work.
Yeah, I love this piece of track work here from Fourth Warrior. And this is the one that I've selected out. I've actually put this horse on top here. I think going back to the 1,000 metres was certainly certain, and with Rod Services, certainly must be respected here for mine.
Indeed, and we can show you some more track work actually. Million Round is the next horse in question here. Now, look, this trip and these conditions might be slightly against him. Look, it isn't overly strenuous work here, but he's an interesting character always, Million Round, especially in these Class 5s. Don't be surprised if he does run through the line strongly, but there might well be another day for him, given that his 1,000 metre form isn't quite there. And finally, Cassis Oolong running third here. Gangnam Classic 4th. Million Round was back in 8th. This was his most recent run, Dan, and it wasn't a bad one at all. And Olivia Placet is going to take the ride this time in.
For this race, he's probably the most informed horse, you'd have to
yeah,
say. You know, he's third last time out. He's been 2.8 on this occasion. And this is when Dominique was in front throughout. And Simon Cock rated him to perfection. So, look, there's a gallant effort in third. And prior to that, he'd had 2 wins in his previous 4 starts before that. So, look, he's probably the informed horse here. I expect him to start pretty handy in the market here.
Yeah, he would seemingly look as if he is the form pick. I think he is holding his form well, whereas some of these Class 5 horses do struggle to do just that. The pacifiers are coming off Golden Spark. We saw CC Qua have a winner last week. Golden Thunder it was. Graham, what chance him? I know he's been woefully out of form, but he's down now to a mark in the 30s.
Yeah, he's coming down. He's gone from like 44 down to 39. You takes the one off, come from stall number 9. But I'd rather focus on number 10, Cool Cat. He's really in form. Forget the last run in Class 5 on the 5th of October. THCO now comes on
no
with
luck, did he? Like
THCO now takes one off, and he comes from a good stall 4. So if you want to play the exotics, I think number 10, Cool Cat, the old boy, could get into the frame.
Yeah, 12 years young now is the cat. Let's take a look at the selection, shall we? On this opening Class 5, I'm going to go with the 8 Cassis Oolong over Old Mate Buzzer. I'll give him a chance. I've never been his biggest fan, but maybe in this grade he might show up. Fourth Warrior and Cool Cat, 8, 1, 3 and 10.
Yeah, I've gone 3, 8, 10 and 5. Certainly no confidence. So Fourth Warrior on top. Love the piece of work throughout the week and back to the 1,000 metres. Cassis Oolong, certainly an informed horse. Cool Cat, as you said, no luck last start, but he could certainly feature here at start number 99. And I've thrown in Thundercat for 4. 3, 8, 10 and 5.
And I'm just going to mix up Dan's selections a bit. I think number 3, Fourth Warrior in this Class 5 is pretty good. From 8, Cassis Oolong, 5, Thundercat and 10, Cool Cat.
Well, the other selections on race number 1. We'll put that one behind us, and we'll certainly focus on what's still to come. And race 2 is a restricted maiden. It features some interesting newcomers, plus those that have already got the form. It's over 1,200 metres, and I do hope you can join us after this break.